Minus 6 weeks and counting until Election Day, and the state election board was back today for another marathon meeting.
This comes after the board met for the better part of 8 hours on Friday and passed a controversial new rule that will impact poll workers. The 5-person panel signed off on a required hand count of the number of ballots cast after voting is completed. Gwinnett County Election Supervisor Zach Manifold says computers will still count the votes, but after each precinct closes, three poll workers will each now have to complete hand counts of the ballots. He says this check will keep poll workers late on election night and most likely well into the following morning.
We've already got the results, we've already got the memory cards, but now the poll officials have to stay there maybe up to a couple more hours and hand count sheets of paper. They're not counting the actual races, they're just hand counting sheets of paper, and I just don't see a lot of value there.
Well, this was one of 11 new rules considered by the election board on Friday, with some other more complex proposals being tabled.
Well, the decision to require a hand count of all the ballots was a big topic of discussion on this weekend's The Georgia Vote for our roundtable guests, Democratic consultant Amy Morton and GOP strategist Jay Williams.
I think that the new rule passed by the Board of Elections is not based in law, and that it actually opens the process to more fraud, and I hope will be challenged quickly in court.
I think we're making a mistake by changing a bunch of rules right before the election. I just don't think it's wise. I think we're opening ourselves up to potential problems that we're not foreseeing. I do believe that Republicans put in place a lot of election measures the last session or the session before that, and I think that those are sufficient.
Well, we'll have much more on the race for the White House next Sunday on a new edition of the Georgia Vote. We'll sit down with former state senator Jason Carter as he reflects on the legacy of his grandfather, former President Jimmy Carter, who, by the way, turns 100 years old next month. Plus, we'll bring you another installment of our Voice of the Voter. Join Faith Jesse and Zach Merchant for the Georgia Vote this Sunday morning at 11, coming up here on 11 Alive.